No, na ke kuai kana hele hele ia la ia ke ki o hu e ka ua gogo. O na kino malu kalani malu e ho ulu ana o laka I kona maukahu. O makono, o makono, o makono.
Hi, I'm Eric Quam. I'm the creator of regenerative decision making. Regenerative decision making is a tool in the form of a decision making process through which decision makers everywhere persuade themselves to exponentially adopt regenerative options for scaling back the extraction flows and pollution flows of a system called the human enterprise and allowing the planet's regenerated biosphere to reverse the planet's ecological crises and allow the planet to heal itself. In this 5-part video series, I'm going to show you how a model for human and planetary well-being called Doughnut Economics can help us design a decision-making process for reversing the planet's ecological crises. What is Doughnut Economics? In her 2017 book, Doughnut Economics, economist Kate Raworth presented a model for human and planetary well-being called the donut. The donut consists of 2 concentric rings. First, an inner ring called a social foundation for ensuring that no one is falling short on life's essentials for things like food, water, health, and housing. And second, an outer ring called an ecological ceiling for ensuring that humanity as a whole does not overshoot the planetary boundaries of the planet's life-sustaining capacity. Between these 2 boundaries lies a donut-shaped space that is both ecologically safe and socially just. That is, a space in which humanity can thrive. The donut is super useful because it accurately depicts in one big picture the 2 sets of massive crises facing the planet and the whole of humanity. The donut depicts the first set of massive crises, namely the planet-scale ecological crises such as climate change, as the red areas caused by humanity's overshoot of planetary boundaries. The donut accurately depicts these planet-scale ecological crises as the Big 9 global ecological crises identified by the Stockholm Resilience Center. Those Big 9 global ecological crises are eco-crises of freshwater depletion and drought, eco-crises of deforestation and expanding deserts, eco-crises of species extinctions and biodiversity loss, eco-crises of global warming and climate change, eco-crises of synthetic pollutants such as herbicides, pesticides, and microplastics, eco-crises of ozone layer depletion, eco-crises of aerosol pollutants such as dust, smoke, and sulfates, ecocrises of ocean acidification, and ecocrises of phosphorus and nitrogen pollutants in rivers and coastal seas. The donut depicts the second set of these massive crises, namely human society's shortfalls in meeting everyone's needs for life's essentials, as the red areas of the inner donut. The donut accurately depicts those shortfalls as human society's crises of who gets what energy, who gets what water, who gets what food, who gets what health, who gets what education, who gets what income and work, who gets what peace and justice, who gets what political voice, who gets what social equity, who gets what gender equality, who gets what housing, and who gets what networks. Pictorially, what do the planet's ecological crises and human society's who gets what crises have in common? What they have in common is the blue donut-shaped space between them. What is the blue donut-shaped space? The donut-shaped space is the sum of all the human decision-making that is creating the planet's ecological crises and human society's who gets what crises. When we understand that human decision-making is creating these crises, we then can design decision-making processes for reversing the crises. We can create decision-making processes for creating the ecologically safe and socially just space for humanity envisioned by Doughnut Economics. When we understand that human decision-making is creating these crises, the questions for reversing these crises become obvious. The questions are, what is the decision-making that is creating the planet's ecological crises? And what is the decision-making that is creating human society's who gets what crises? In the second video of this 5-part series, I'm going to share with you answers to those two questions. Do you want to find out just how powerful you can be for reversing the planet's ecological crises? If this appeals to you, please share this video and please consider subscribing to my Regenerative Decision Making Substack channel at erikvam.substack.com. Thank you for listening, and aloha.